Most scariest Bible verse to me that's in the Bible are two scriptures. The one where Jesus says, "Depart from me, I never knew you." And the other verse that's terrifying is that says that the path is narrow and few find it, but the path to destruction is broad and many go through it. A lot of people don't realize that this life here is a test to get to the next one. We are called to run the race with endurance, and Apostle Paul says to run the race in a way in which we will win it, for only one wins the prize. Jesus says that the path would be narrow and that few would find it. And it's easy to look around today when we're out and about doing our festivities. You could just walk into a mall and you can see most people don't honor God. You can walk into any establishment and you could just look at people's mannerisms. I was at a park and there were 12-year-olds and they were cursing, and I was out with my children, and it was such a sad thing to see our youth cursing, and they were using God's name in vain. And this is the world. This is a world that curses God. This is a world that lives apart from God. This nation has become so rebellious. We have become like Sodom. People will say, "Don't judge. Let nobody tell me what I want to do." People won't even listen to others or a voice of reason anymore, nonetheless God's voice in their life. People are so selfish, self-seeking, self-ambition. They don't care about, how their behavior affects other people. Nonetheless, they don't care about how their behavior affects their soul. There's many Christians who are just big, fat hypocrites, lukewarm, who don't even follow Christ anymore. And all they do is give him lip service, but they don't live for him. What's the point of giving something lip service in any area of our life if we don't actually commit? If you are not committing fully to anything, then why do it? Because that's integrity. So if you're not going to follow Christ, then why even claim him? If you don't live by the principles that the Bible teaches, if your mouth is full of gossip and slander, and if you are, getting drunk on the weekends, or you're sexual promiscuous and you aren't living in the manner that the Bible calls us to live, then what is the point of joining the community of Christ? There really isn't one, because that's called hypocrite. So we need to understand that the whole purpose of finding Christ is to find the light. We don't stay in the dark. Jesus Christ calls us out of darkness and into the light. And once Jesus turns on the light in your life, you don't turn it off and go back into a life of darkness. You walk in the light as he is in the light. The Bible says that if we walk in the light, then his blood will cleanse us of sins. We must walk in the light and not deceive ourselves and be